Okay. Hi, everyone. Welcome to our new ambassador call. Myself and my sister Lori are going to be doing this once a month. So if any of your new people had missed it this month, they can hop on next month. First, I want to just introduce myself for the people who don't know who I am. My name is Valerie DiVaccaro. I'm an Emerald Ambassador, and I started with Plexus about 5 years ago. I got started simply by trying a 7-day trial, which is kind of crazy, but I jumped right into the business, and I'm assuming you guys are, the new people who are on here because you are interested in the business. And for myself, I started to share right away because I could not afford to not share, and I wanted the products. I was desperate for feeling better, and my sponsor, Kathleen, hang on, I'm just gonna mute people again here. Hang on one sec. I can't mute everybody for some reason.
Really?
Yeah, it doesn't give me the option on everybody. Okay, I forgot where I was. Oh, my sponsor, Kathleen Hepler, explained to me how I could at least pay for my products. So I decided to share right away. And the purpose of this call tonight is that we want to show you guys how simple this business can be. I know that if you get on some of the bigger calls, sometimes it can be a little overwhelming and maybe not be geared specifically towards someone new just starting out. So we want to keep things as simple as possible. I'm going to let my sister introduce herself too.
Hi guys, I'm Lori Abley. I'm Valerie's sister. I'm Senior Ruby, and I've been doing this almost 5 years too. Val and I signed at the same time, and I did not even know I was in direct sales or network marketing, multi-level marketing, whatever you call it. I just started taking the products and felt so good that I just wanted to shout it from the rooftops. And I also did need to find a way to pay for the products because we had just gone down to one income, and I knew I did not want to go without them. So I just started sharing, and I'm so excited for all of the new people because it is such an exciting time. And this is when it's so exciting, but you can sometimes get paralysis by analysis. And when I first started, different systems were in place because that's what was the successful system for that time. And now I think it's more simple than ever with the systems that we have in place now that we know are successful and can be fit into any nooks and crannies of anyone's day. And, you can really do a lot of work in a focused 30 minutes. And so we're going to tell you today how to keep it simple, don't get overwhelmed. And what we still do now, 5 years in, this is the system that we are using because you have to change with the times, and that's what we've done. And Plexus has put things in place for us that we did not have 5 years ago.
No.
We were just kind of creating our own stuff and making it up, creating the wheel. And now we don't have to do that, which is even better. So I always get excited for new people to share because I always say you will never forget your first positive customer feedback. I still remember it to this day, 5 years in.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just so rewarding, and it's awesome to help people and get paid for it. It's a no-brainer. So go ahead, Val, you can talk about what you want to say first.
Okay. The systems that Lori is talking about, it's basically how we go about sharing. So the first thing for new people that I ask, anybody who signs up new that wants to share this business is to start small with a list of 20 people that that could benefit from these products. Now, even for some people, I know a list of 20 can be overwhelming. So we have some systems in place to help jog your memory with who could be helped with this. So there are 2 files in the Posse page. If you're not a member of the Posse page, have your sponsor add you to that. There's 2 files in there. One is what can Plexus help with? And it's a list of all different kinds of ailments and issues that I guarantee that people are suffering from. And then there is a health questionnaire, and that is for the people that you may not know what's what's going on with them. But I think that you could make your list of 20 from the main list of what it can help with. I guarantee someone who has diabetes, fibromyalgia, suffers from acne, simple things like that, words that are spoken all the time, but you don't think about it, and you don't think Plexus can help with those things, but they can. So we start with that, and then we ask you to talk to these people. Really, this business is about sharing, whether it's in person, whether it's reaching out to people, calling people on the phone. We have this group. I'm sure you're all in it at this point, because this is probably, you were probably put in this by your sponsor at some point in time, but it's called Plexus Success. And it is filled with testimonies, product information, anything that you would want to know Plexus-wise is in this group. And this is where, say you're talking to your sister and you know that she has lupus, you can go in this group, you can search lupus, and you can tag her in every post that has to do with lupus, so she can read that information and, make a decision herself. It really is that simple. And like Lori was saying, we had a different set of systems in place when we first started. Right now, everything is actually done for you. So all you're really having to do is talk to the people and ask them if it's okay if you add them to this group. And then you're just tagging them in these posts. And then going back and talking to them, asking them, what did you think of what you read? That we can help you with verbiage. And one thing I want to say is, I know when I first started out, I like to research things. That's just my personality. So I felt as though I needed to know like all this information when I first started, in order to share with people properly. And that is not true. We are all here to help you with that information. So if you have someone who's interested and they ask you something, for instance, about the probiotic, and you don't know what sets it apart from other probiotics, reach out to us. We're all here to help you, your sponsor included. They can answer those questions for you. You can put us in a 3-way chat and we can answer questions and be third-party validation for you. We just want you to know that you can do this in a very simple manner. It doesn't have to be complicated and overwhelming. So I think by starting with 20 people is a reasonable amount. I know, Lori, you have stuff on your list. I don't want to get into other things until you go through some of your stuff.
Okay.
I feel like this is like later.
Okay, just to piggyback on what you were saying, in the back office under Training Center, and then you click on Resource Library, there's also another file. There's files in there that help you to jog your memory about people that that might need our products. I mean, if you ask me, I will tell you that everyone needs Plexus. So, I mean, really, you can just look at your whole Facebook list and your people, but what that helps you to do is like zero in and like where to start, because you could have 700 Facebook friends and you're like, where do I start? So
Right.
that file in the back office, Training Center, and then Resource Library, it's under there. What's also under there are the fabulous videos that Plexus has put out. So the systems right now that we have is the ATM system that Val mentioned. Put someone in Plexus Success, tag them in a post that pertains to them, message them and say, hey, I tagged you in a post. I think you'll find it valuable. Let me know what you think. And then you can put them on your follow-up list. So that was one. The other one is the videos in the back office. There's verbiage that, is in the groups that you can find on the Posse page and everywhere, or your own verbiage. It's important to be you and say, hey, if I sent you this really short video, less than 3 minutes, actually, would you watch it and let me know what you think? I think, you'll find value in it, or whatever verbiage you come up with. But there is verbiage in the Posse group if you need that. So that's another system. You have the videos, you have the ATM and Plexus Success, and then you have just relationship building, reaching out to people to say, hey, I just saw that you bought a house. Oh my gosh, how exciting. How are you? And just start a conversation. You want to be exposing you and your products to people. Sometimes products can come first naturally, and sometimes you will have to come first naturally just to, if you haven't talked to Susie Q from high school in 30 years, I mean, you might want to just say, hey, how are you first before you mention Plexus, right? But, because they might not be seeing your post. They might have no idea what you're doing. So the system that I like to keep is 5-3-1. And some people just starting, literally like signing on today, the 3 and the 1 will not pertain to you. But what that means is reach out to 5 people, 5 potentials, 5 new people that have never been a customer or ambassador before, 3 customers to follow up with. So you might not have customers yet, and that's okay. And 1 ambassador, and you might not have ambassadors under you yet, and that's okay too. So if you don't have that 3 and 1 part yet, just focus on the 5 people a day. Reaching out to 5 people a day to either share Plexus success with them, a video with them, or relationship building with them. So I like voice messenger. It's my favorite. It's quick. It's easy.
Mhm.
I was able to do like 10 messages today in between taking care of 2 little kids in total chaos around here, right? So some people, like, I knew I couldn't sit down to do time tonight because I had a call. That's why I did them throughout the day. But some people like to do them in a chunk in the morning before they go to work, or when they get home before they go to bed. Whenever works for you, lunch hour at work, 5-3-1 is a great system to just keep it simple. And once you've done your 5, you're like, okay. And then if you have extra time, maybe use that time to become a little knowledgeable about the products. There's so many wonderful resources in the back office that you can look at to help, educate yourself on the products and because someone might ask you, okay, so what makes your X Factor Plus better than my Centrum that I buy at CVS, right? And if you don't know the answer yet, that's totally fine. But there will come a time when you do know the answer. And there will come a time when, people don't scare you when they ask you these questions, because it can be a little intimidating. You want to know what you're talking
Right.
about to some degree, but you do not by any means need to be an expert at all. So 3-way chats, Plexus success, the videos, and the 5-3-1. Val, what were you going to say? Go ahead.
I missed one huge portion, and that is posting. I don't know how I was reading this in order on my notes here, but I missed posting. And that is, the thing with posting is, we're not telling you to do that to get customers. We don't want you to wait for customers to come to you by you just posting on Facebook. That's not how this business works. It really is about sharing with people. Posting is basically saying my store is open. And by doing this, it needs to be done consistently, because if you think about it, if you went down to the local boutique on Monday and they were open, and then you went there the next Monday and they weren't open the following Monday, you would say, well, where is this lady? Is she in business or not? So your Facebook page is your storefront. So what I ask new people, I don't want you just post in Plexus. It's got to be, you got to be sharing about yourself, your everyday things that are happening, and then a Plexus post. Like 1 Plexus post a day, 1 personal post a day is a good, good way to start and, aim for that number. But really, consistency when it comes to this is key, because you don't want people to, look at you as a fly-by-night. You want them to know that you're taking it seriously. And another thing, this is something I did in the beginning, and I know everybody doesn't do this, but I had a pretty good size email list when I started, just, friends, family, whatever. And I sent a message to everyone, sent an email out to everyone when I first started. And I just said, I'm starting this new health and wellness journey, and I would love your support. I would love if you would join me. Is it something that you'd be interested in? And I did get customers from that. And even the people who didn't buy as customers, I saw them supporting me on my Facebook page all the time. So, and some of them turned into customers later. They just weren't ready at that time. But I think you can only do this once, you know, like you're only a newbie once. So like, you know, I really think that you should take advantage of doing that and just letting people know, especially people in your circle, what you're up to, and keep it very simple. You don't want to like send them a 2-page email on probiotics and how they can help you. Let them ask you questions and let them come to you, ask you what you're doing. Then you can explain a little bit more. And if you need backup from any of us, we're here to do that. I think that is the main stuff I had on. I'm trying to read my chicken scratch here. Yeah, I should have typed it out, but I just didn't do it. But anybody who's new, who joined in January or February, you should have codes that are for signing brand new ambassadors underneath you. If you are intimidated by reaching out to those people, anyone who's on this call that is new, that wants extra help outside of this, I would love for you to message me and I will set up a one-on-one coaching call with you and we'll get you using those codes. If you use 3 of those codes, just 3 out of those 6, you are earning $100 in a bonus and $75 just from your welcome packs. So that's a good way to start off, you know. So if that's something you're interested in, you know, please reach out to me. I'm more than happy to do that. And if you signed in March and you don't have these codes, reach out to me and I will get you codes. I will find you codes. So
I got mommy's codes.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Mommy sent me them. Yeah. Okay.
All right, good. So we will find codes if that's what you want. If you go over 6, we'll find you more. So, but we just want, you know, the purpose of this call tonight was really just, you know, so you guys could see our face, know who we are, know that we're here to help you. We want to keep things simple. We don't want people getting overwhelmed. You know, the Monday night call sometimes can be more geared towards people who've been in this business for a while. And I think, you know, for a new person, sometimes people are like, oh, what, you know, I don't understand anything they were talking about. So I want to keep it as simple as possible. And, you know, if you guys, I want to open this up for questions. If you guys have questions, I can't see like any of you. Next time, you all have to show me your face because I can't see anybody. So if anybody has questions, I would really like you to share with me if anything is holding you back. If you're afraid of anything, let us know that. Write it in the chat if you want to, or if you can turn your video on, just raise your hand and I'll unmute you.
I just want to say one quick thing too.
Yeah.
When first starting out, like it can be overwhelming because you all of a sudden see all this different Plexus stuff in your feed and you think like, oh, that doesn't sound like me, or, oh, you know, maybe I should use this, or maybe I should use that. Just be yourself. Nobody else is you, and that is your superpower, and that's what people are going to be attracted to. People do business with people they know, like, and trust. And if you're trying to act like something I would say, they're going to know that, and they're going to say, oh, what is she, you know, what Kool-Aid is she drinking? Well, it's the pink drink, actually. So but, you know, I'm just saying, like, just don't be afraid to, A, put yourself out there, and B, sound like yourself, because there's nothing wrong with that. And if you see a post that you love and it doesn't sound like you, take it, tweak it, and share it, you know. And the more your audience sees you, the better. Because nowadays, social marketing, they want to see you and what it's doing for you. So
yes, pictures of yourself.
The warm feet, not the socks. You're not selling socks. You're selling warm feet.
Right.
Okay. You're not telling, you know, and me, I'm like a product nerd, and like I want to tell everybody why ProBio 5 is so amazing and the antifungal and this and then the no one cares. I have to remind myself that they don't care. They want to know what it's going to do for them. And sometimes you'll see me write these nerdy posts and I catch myself afterwards. I'm like, oh, I should have done, but so everyone's always making mistakes, tweaking, changing. It's all good. You can't mess it up.
No, you can't. Just be you.
So that's all I wanted to say.
Share you, and people will come to you. There's going to be people that trust you and, want to come to you for help. So the more that you share yourself, the better. Not just Plexus. The more you share, things that you can offer people, the way you can help people, just sharing your life. People, that's what they're on there for. They're on Facebook to see that kind of stuff. So, the more you do that, the better. Well, Laura,
some before and afters never hurt anybody either.
No, exactly. Yes. So, and your sponsors can explain compliance to you. I don't want to get into that tonight because I think it's a little bit overwhelming. But don't worry about it right now. Let's just get posting, make a list of 20 people, print out that sheet in the Posse page. It's in the files. There's actually 2. There's a health questionnaire there. If you don't know anything about this person, you can send them that health questionnaire to take. And it's basically asking them, do you suffer from XYZ, and what they're looking to achieve. So keep things simple, sharing, and that's really it. So does anyone have questions? Hang on, Jamie. Make sure you yes. Karen said, make sure you friend request the new people to support them. Yes, please, anybody who's new, can you friend request me? Because I will forget the names that I just saw on this screen tonight. So you can friend request me after this. If you get 3 people to sign within the first 30 days, you still make an extra $100. Are you talking about the fast start? Is that what you mean, Jamie? Hang on, I'm going to unmute you. Okay.
Yeah, that is what I was talking about. That is what I was talking about.
Fast start, I think that's done, right, Laura?
Yeah.
Okay, just wondering.
Yes. Okay. Okay, anybody else? Does anybody else want to share what might hold them back, or, what they're afraid of? If they have any questions about post, sharing, where things are, where to find information? Anything? Bueller, you there? What?
And I see a lot of people on here tonight who are not new, which is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Love to see you guys always. So if you feel so compelled to do this, like in a small, like Zoom with a smaller part of your team, like your new people, and, because they joined you for a reason.
Right.
They are, and I talk to my levels, whatevers all the time, but like, I'm not the one who signed them. They signed up with the person because they wanted to join that person. So if you feel like you want to do this with a small group, new people coming on, feel free to do something similar, since now thanks for letting, I didn't see that went away.
Oh, it was Ann. Thanks for letting her hop on. This is help for her team.
Oh, yes, of course,
yes.
Ann, always.
Of course.
One Plexus, baby. All right, there's the chat on the phone. I'm not very tech savvy, as you all know. Okay. All right, cool. I got that. All right, so are there any questions that I didn't see?
I don't think so. Always help us. You're welcome, Jamie. No, I think that's it. We just wanted to do basics, and we will, if you're somebody who's already, you've been here for a little while, or if you're a brand new ambassador who signed someone this month, we will be back here next month with this again, for new people. We want people to just start off simple and, have this system in place also. So this is what we mean when there's systems in place. Because whatever we teach you, that, you teach your people, and so on and so on and so on. That's how this all works. So I think that we're all set. What do you say, Laura?
Yeah, I think that. And like you just said too, like, you want, when someone comes on board, you want to keep it simple for them too. So like, now that you know the simple steps, now when you sign somebody, you can show them the simple steps, because you don't want to make it overwhelming. People are so busy. Who wants you know, 5 million more things to think about, but this is truly a way where you can spend 30 minutes a day and have a wonderful income coming in,
Right.
helping people and doing, you know, doing 30 minutes a day. It's
It really
kind of
is
crazy.
that minimal. It really is. I mean, especially in the beginning, it's 15, 20 minutes a day of doing this. So,
Yeah.
and there is an opportunity meeting tomorrow night for anyone who's local to the New Hartford area. If you have, you know, if you're new and you've never been to one, this would be a great opportunity for you to come.
Thursday. Now.
Thursday, I'm sorry. It's only Tuesday. I keep thinking it's way farther in the week. This is going to be a long one. But yes, Thursday night. And if you've never been to one, come. If you have anybody that you think would want to hear this information, then bring them along. It's open for everybody. So
It's an opportunity meeting.
yes, yes.
I might. Okay. That's Thursday. Where?
At the New Hartford Hampton Inn. Why, are you coming into town and didn't tell me?
Well, no, I have a customer I'm trying to flip, and she's in Utica.
Oh, okay. Hang on. Let me stop this recording. Wait.